Mr. Stammer, and I think if we want to understand Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven, we need to look at the time period within America, some of the changes that are happening. At this point in history in America, there's much changes going on in the northern part of the country. There's much more manufacturing and industry. And something that caused this was the inventions and innovations that took place in the north. In the early 19th century, Robert Fulton starts the commercialization of the steamboat, and it leads to extensive traveling, and people are able to get more places quicker. And as you can see with this picture, there are much more railroads and canals being built, which allows the northerners to transport goods and people across places very quickly. And there's just a lot of inventions going on at this time that allows for manufacturing, the steamboat, railroads, the cotton gin, textile mills, all of these, and the telegraph also contributes to communications within the area, and people are just able to communicate better throughout the country. Now, along with this increase in transportation and industry becomes the emergence of wage labor, which is where people go out and they are paid for what they do. Before, it was mainly a household economy where people just produced their goods and services within the home so people would make their clothes and tools. But now we're starting to mass produce things, and that leads to people earning wages. And this starts the cult of domesticity, which is where men would go out and try and earn enough money to where they could provide for their families. So men were, at this time, it's a middle class value where men were supposed to go out and work and women were supposed to stay in the home. But one of the exceptions is this factory here. This is the Lowell Mill, which is one of the few factories that widely made use of women as laborers. And at this point, there's also a working class and a middle class. The middle class are the wealthier people, and the working class are the people working within the factories. Now, all of this contributes to a dramatically changing society within the North. And as people are working, they're able to spend more time on themselves because they're able to earn enough of a wage where they're able to just have leisure time, is what they called it, and they perform more activities and hobbies at the time. And people are able to educate their children better because they're able to pay for it. And this leads to an increase in the literacy rate. And also there's an increase in the birth rate and decline in the death rate, which creates a bigger population. And families are just in general getting smaller because they don't need to provide that labor in the home, and it just makes more economic sense to have a smaller family. And the cities are growing, which interests intellectuals like Walt Whitman and Edgar Allan Poe at this time. Now you can see this very obviously in The Raven when he talks about Lenore, because at this point in time men are supposed to be taking care of women, and you can see how it would devastate him that he wasn't able to provide for this woman Lenore. And also because people are much more valuable, he's very grief-stricken over the time. So